let me put it this way. When I first started getting into poetry, it was very emotional. And then I started to look back at those first posts and I'm like, what were you thinking? Like
Yeah.
that was way too vulnerable.
Real Talk with Star Scorpio, episode 118. I am so happy to have my returning guest on, Belinda, who is an amazing poet. I have a bunch of questions for her because since I last had her on the podcast, she wrote a book, Breathing in Broken Spaces. And I want to learn about that. I want to get some updates, and we're going to get into it. Belinda, welcome to Real Talk with Star Scorpio. How are you
Thank
doing
you.
today?
I'm okay. I'm good. But I have a question. You said we're gonna get into breathing in broken spaces. Have you read it?
I haven't read it.
I knew you were gonna say that. Okay, okay, okay.
You know, sometimes people get the books or they listen to the songs and then they question the person. I'm coming in dark. So I want to hear from you.
I think anyways it's better because then I could like if you read it, then maybe you would just be like, yeah, I know, I saw that poem, or yeah, I
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
I know what it's about.
The last time we spoke though, I was
Yeah,
just going through your page and I remember seeing a lot of posts and I was like, this is amazing because remember I wrote poetry too, right? So I had
yeah.
that connection with you and I'm like, your posts are so beautiful. And then you asked me about what do you like about it, right? And I'm like, but I had to answer because I was just going through and I appreciate what you do. It touches a lot of people.
I hope so.
Yes. Okay. So Belinda, I have some specific questions because the last time we spoke, it was in March of 2023. It's now 2026. But first, I want to comment on your hair because it's beautiful. I remember I found you with the red hair on the podcast. You had the black hair. Let the people know why the change up, though.
Um, it's just always been something I identify with. Like people ask me, why do you change your hair so much? And I'm just like, I have different sides of me. I feel like the crazy side maybe goes for the red, the
Mhm.
more classy side goes for what you can see now.
Yeah.
But then some people ask me, like, why do you want to be a blonde? Like, as if blondes are always like that. I'm like, just stop with this. Like, first of all, I'm not a natural blonde. Second of all, like, just drop that whole,
Yeah.
that's just nonsense. It's nonsense.
Yeah.
And then black is sometimes, I don't know, kind of goes back to like my roots, I guess, as a Lebanese. I don't know. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's something I find I enjoy a lot, and I think it shows like bits of my personality because
Mhm.
I don't just want to be one color, Like
Yeah.
I want to show that. And I think the people that know me and the people that have been in my life know that like this is Belinda. Like Belinda always changes her hair, so I'm good with it.
Nice. Well, it's beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Let the people know where I'm. We're on the podcast. I'm in Toronto, and it's what time is it? It's 11:23. Let the people know where you are, though.
So I'm in Lebanon at the moment, and it is 6:24 here p.m.
6:24 p.m. Yeah. When
Yeah.
does it get dark there now?
Well, I mean, when you get closer to summer, now it's like maybe 7:30, it starts to
Oh,
get dark.
okay,
Yeah.
same time. Yeah, yeah. I love
Yeah.
that. They're thinking of we do daylight savings time here, daylight
Yeah.
savings time, and man, it's bright until like 9 o'clock at night in the summertime. So I
Yeah.
don't know if
Yeah. Yeah.
Lebanon,
Same here.
same thing, right?
Well, I wouldn't say no, I wouldn't say nine. Maybe like the more you get into summer, I'd say eight. Probably
Yeah,
eight.
8 o'clock.
Eight
Yeah,
is the max. No, nine is too much.
yeah,
No, 9 p.m. Like what? No,
yeah. What's
no.
wrong with this guy? I don't know. You're right. You're right. It's like 8:30 starts. The sun is setting. Yeah.
No, no, not 8:30.
Yeah.
8.
Eight. Okay, eight. Okay, you know what? Let's start all over, folks. No, 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 I'm just joking. Okay, specific questions. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're an
Yeah.
amazing poet. So, question
Thank
number
you.
one, Belinda, how do you think your poems, writing poetry, has changed, and your ideas have changed Over that 3 year period, do you find it's more controlled, more
Mhm.
emotional, or a combination of both?
Um, Let me put it this way. When I first started getting into poetry, it was very emotional. And then I started to look back at those first posts and I'm like, what were you thinking? Like
Yeah.
that was way too vulnerable. And although like I appreciate its innocence in a
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, let's kind of a little like let's rebrand a little.
Mm.
Um, just because I wanted it cleaner, you know.
Okay.
I didn't want it less emotional, but I wanted it, like you said, more controlled.
Mhm.
But I think even with the controlled version, I can't help it. It's just
Yeah.
like the vulnerability just spills out.
Comes out.
So um, yeah, I think sometimes I'm like, okay, I need to write a piece about one, two, three. So
Mhm.
I'll go out of my way to write it. It doesn't have to necessarily be something I've went through,
Yeah.
but I would be lying if I said like 90% of the time it's something that I've been through, went through, whether it's past, present, or something that has just stuck with me that I feel all the time. Like sometimes I'll reword it, put it into different phrases, into different types of feelings that could possibly, one can possibly feel. So when it comes to poetry, to be honest, it has always been my go-to. Like
Mhm.
people ask me like, do you just do it for followers? Do you just do it to like sell your book? And I'm just like, actually no, like
Yeah.
absolutely not. I do it so I can actually heal myself,
Wow.
and then everything else that comes with it,
Mm.
you know, I appreciate. So
Wow. Yeah. Well said. Well said. You said something there that made me want to ask this question. I wasn't even going to ask this question now. Do you feel some people need an outlet, right? So
mm,
when you're going through something emotional, some people hit the gym, some people cry, some people need to talk to a friend, family member. Do you feel like over time or when you started writing, this is your outlet then? So I want to get this out on paper because this is how I express my feelings and it makes me feel better inside.
mhm. um I would say yes, probably. That's like if I don't feel like doing anything,
Mhm.
it's probably the first thing that I will do is probably go to writing.
Okay.
So, like you said, people go to the gym or maybe they go out or like they don't want to be at home alone. And for me personally, it's not going out. It's more of like sulking in my bed, you
Yeah.
know.
Hmm.
And it's definitely not the gym. Like when I go to the gym, I'm forcing myself to like reduce my anxiety. But the actual gym, it's like I'll feel better afterwards. But actually getting up and going, like that motivation that comes from, sometimes it happens with people, like that motivation comes from feeling like I want to hit something, I want to run, and that's not really how it works
Yeah,
with
yeah.
me. It's like I will either like freeze, I will just feel like I need to be alone for like hours. And usually if I'm really emotional or I'm feeling very overwhelmed, poems will just start forming in my brain,
Yeah.
literally. And then I'll just open my phone, go to my notes, and then just, tick, 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 at least even if it's a line or two. And then later I'll come back to it and I'll kind of, you know, fix it if you want, edit it, draft it. But um, I've realized that when I do that, it
Mhm.
makes me feel better, definitely. Like there is a relief that comes with just jotting down your feelings because it's just too much sometimes. And it's not even it's like it's a form of actually going to actually trying to find clarity
Mhm.
in what you're feeling.
Mhm.
I think sometimes my emotions get too jumbled and I can't think anymore about what I'm actually feeling. So when I write it down, I just kind of feel like after the poem's done, I'm like, okay, I think I understand. I kind of understand more now, you know?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? We in our first podcast, because this happened to me, and I think you said it happened to you.
Wait.
The one of the poems I wrote was, from heartbreak, right? From a breakup. And then when someone read my poem, they're like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we were talking about that before, because those words that you express on paper or even in a song, they hit you deep. emotional. That's why I used to like listening to slow songs to make me feel sad for some reason. I don't know what it is. You just like feeling these
Because there's
emotions.
something that has to come
Yeah.
out. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
100%.
Okay. Next question. And I think you kind of already answered it, but it's something I wrote down because I want to see if you can expand on it if you want to.
Mhm.
But do you still write from pain? So you were kind of talking about it. Do you still write from pain or have you learned to write from peace too?
Uh, the honest answer,
Honest.
I force myself to write about, like, okay, let me give you an example. So when I wrote this book,
Mhm.
there was a lot of healing that happened that I'm like, I want to write that down as well. I don't want to just write about the pain, but it was so hard to write those poems specifically
Wow.
because I felt like, yes, I'm healing, but I don't know if I've healed enough to write this down, if
Mhm.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So most of the time, it's from a place of something I've been through or a place of pain, and then the healing. It's like you're healing like an IV drop, like
Wow. Yeah.
very slowly,
Mhm.
and you just feel like I don't know if I can rush ahead and write those words because I don't know if I've healed that much.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'm like, yes, I have, like own it, like don't say that, but yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah. Yo, Belinda, you know what? This has happened to me a couple times when I had people on the podcast. But my guest is saying my next question. And this is what I wanted to know. Let me read this to you.
Go ahead.
What's one line you wrote recently that you were too scared to write down or post or express it so
That's
people
a
could see it,
that's
right?
actually a different answer. That's actually a
Okay.
different answer.
Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
Yeah, no, your question is fully valid here.
Okay, okay.
Um, so because are we talking about my book or are we talking about in general?
You can talk about what you feel to talk about.
Okay.
Mm,
So when I decided to write this book, there were a lot of poems that I knew were going to be a little scary to write because they were based on an experience, a recent experience that really, really traumatized me.
mm,
And I was scared to I was scared to make it clear to the reader that this is what I'm talking about.
mhm,
Um, I mean, there are other reasons why I was a bit scared. I didn't want maybe somebody to read it if you want, like somebody from my past, but at the same time, it's like I didn't want to say it out loud because it was something that I hadn't told much people, and it was just it was hard. It was hard.
mm,
It was harder than the healing than the healing or like the self-reflecting poems that are in the book. Yeah,
mhm.
the trauma section in the book is was the hardest because it's so raw,
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, that was
yeah.
hard. Sorry.
No, thanks for sharing that. Do you, I don't know if, do you get emotional talking about these things sometimes? I don't know if you,
Um, I think it depends. It depends who
yeah,
I'm talking to.
okay.
But I'll be honest. Sometimes people ask me, they'll come and be like, that was a really sad poem, Belle. Like, is that how you feel? Or like, I saw that you posted this. Like, are you okay? I will get messages like that sometimes.
Yeah,
Um, and most of the time, I'm just like, I don't want to tell you. Like, I don't want to tell you, yes, that's how I feel
yeah,
because I don't want your pity. Like, I
yeah,
just want to express.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's a bittersweet thing, honestly. It's
Yeah.
bittersweet.
Mhm,
Because you know how you hear so many people say like I'm going to start a new Instagram account and I'm not going to follow any of my like family or friends because
mhm.
they don't want that judgment.
Okay.
And although I do want them to somewhat be a part of a talent of mine,
Mhm.
especially when the book came out, but then it's like buy the book, support me, just don't read it all. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. It's-
Yeah, yeah.
Buy the book. Have it on the table. Have it on the coffee table. Don't.
Give me a good review and
Yeah.
just don't read it.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. I'm looking at your page right now too, though,
yeah.
and I just like. I'm kind of jealous. I like the colors you use. I like the colors you use on the post. And look,
Yeah.
I'm just clicking on one and the font, you know? Is it intentional? Some of the posts you do? I'm like, this is beautiful.
You mean the short ones?
Yeah, I like the shirt. We spoke in glances and built a language no one else could spell. And it has a nice image in the background. You know what I mean? Like you got some style there. Is that intentional, everything you're doing now?
To be honest, after the book, I felt like let me change the page a bit so that it kind of reflects the same colors and themes.
Yeah.
um I don't know, I just felt like it was prettier that way. I
Mhm.
didn't want it all just like scattered and nothing makes sense, so I was like, you know what, let's just clean up a bit.
Mhm.
And then also there are some poems that I put into the book that I had already written, so I was like, let me remove those as well and then like make a new one out of it.
Has anyone ever reached out and said your poetry described their exact situation? And how did you feel about it?
Okay, so sometimes people will send me messages like that, like this is exactly how I feel, or you put my emotions into words. Um, it makes me feel like I'm not alone, like somebody else feels it. Sometimes somebody might interpret it completely differently, which I'm
Mhm.
just like, interesting. Like you gave me a different idea of what I actually wrote. Because I mean, poetry sometimes is like that. Um, but I think the biggest, or like the boldest feeling I feel, the one that stands out between them all, is just feeling like if I help this person just feel a little better or just find a little bit of clarity, like I'm good. And
Mhm.
I think I felt that more once I started to get like responses on the book and like some reviews. I can say there are some reviews that literally made me cry because I'm just like, oh my God, she understood. Like she understood the book, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, no, it's a beautiful thing, honestly. It's a beautiful thing.
Man, amazing. And okay, we're gonna get into the book in a minute, but
Hmm.
now I want to ask you a would you rather question. And we discussed this before we started recording. I'm sure you answered these questions, but I want to see how you answer them now, 3 years later, right? But would you rather visit your younger self and give them advice for the future? Or would you rather visit your older self and have them give you advice for what's going on right now?
I don't remember what I answered to that,
Mm.
but I think with the last few years of my life, I think I would want to go back. Um, and I would just want to sit that little girl down and be like, listen, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we are not doing. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we are doing. Um, but this is the thing.
Yeah.
I would say yes, I would go back to my younger self. But at the same time, the things that have happened in my life have taught me so much.
Mm.
And I don't think I would be the person I am today if I didn't go through them. And I know
Mm.
everybody says that, but I truly, like, I didn't used to feel that way before. Like sometimes, you go through something and you're just like, damn it, why is my life so shitty right now? Or why is this happening to me? But I think I got to a place where I'm just like, no, I understand. Like
Yeah.
I understand why all of these things happened, and I'm not gonna say I'm grateful. I will never. I can't. I can't say I'm grateful for them, but I think I've made peace with them a little bit more to be like, okay, I get the lesson maybe that God was trying to teach me. Um, so I mean, definitely I would want to warn that little girl, but
Yeah.
but yeah, I think it still made me who I am today.
Yes. Interesting. So now, since you chose your younger self, whether my guest chooses younger or older, there's four things about younger self. I want to see what you would say. Now,
Okay.
what would you tell your younger self about money?
Try to make money when you're younger. When you actually are like still energized to do it. But then at the same time, I would say money isn't everything, but try to find something that you love to do, because you're gonna come back and you're gonna sit yourself down and you're gonna be like, why did I not choose this instead of this? I think that happened to me a lot. Although I like what I do, but I feel like there are different majors or different fields that I maybe would have been better at. I'm not talking about writing. Writing is definitely something else.
Mhm.
Um, so I think, like, because you get to an age where you're just like, like, I have to make money, but do I like what I do? Like, that is a horrible feeling, and
Yeah,
I truly feel that, like, you pick something you like, and then if you like it so much, you're going to be consistent with it, so eventually you're going to make money out of it, you know.
exactly.
um but yeah, I would say, like, have more ambition when you're younger to do what you want to do. Like, I wish that I wrote my book, for example, 10 years before. Maybe it
Yeah.
wouldn't have been the same book, but I wish I started that, for example, before, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Money, what I learned, you hear this all the time too, right? But money gives you freedom to do things, right? And
100%.
it's such a good feeling when you are able to help yourself, even help others, in those times. So some of my guests who've told me about money, they'd tell themselves, save. It's not all about saving too, it's investing. It's a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
But how they misspent money back in the day, they regret that because it would have set them up for the future. I taught my daughter that, you know what I mean? So she has a good bank account, now.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you tell your younger self about family?
um don't try to change anyone,
Mm,
except that your parents, your siblings, your grandparents, your cousins, your uncles, they all have their own trauma, they all have their own issues,
mhm,
and try not to take things too personal.
mm.
Like, try not to, like, think about it like they have their own issues, so maybe what they said, what they did was not directly towards me, you
Yeah.
know. I think also the past few years I really took a deeper dive into psychology,
Mm,
for my own reasons. And I feel like I understand, like, I've made peace with the fact that most people are going to disappoint you. Most people don't even know the things that they're dealing with. They don't even know the traumas that they're dealing with, you know?
mm, mhm.
So, and if they're not actually actively seeking help for that, I'm not going to come and, I'm not going to come and get mad at them because they said something or did something that for me seemed like, it's kind of like a little light bulb that goes on, like, that person needs some therapy, but I'm not going to say it to
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm just like, okay, I understand. So I think accepting family members for who they are instead of trying to change them,
Mm,
it's less problematic, and you're probably just going to be able to have peace a little bit more. I think I also that also was I guess, a big lesson for me, because recently, s- almost 2 years now, my dad passed away. So, and I wasn't so close with him, and I did have some resentment.
yeah.
So I think, on top of everything else, it was kind of like a slap in the face of, like, you know, it is what it is,
Mm,
but I'm still gonna feel some way about maybe just approaching. Maybe I should have been, like, just, a bit calmer about that. He has his issues, and that's okay. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. First, my condolences too, anyway.
thank you,
Yeah.
thank
Man.
you.
Yeah, you know what I noticed too in life? Like, I don't know, it's because I get older, but you brought up a good point. So I have that imagination mind. I'm always thinking, right? So while you were talking, I was picturing
I can
like
see
things.
it, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah. So I want to give an example though to people that are listening. Like you don't know what someone's going through. So imagine three friends walking home from school and they're talking and laughing, having fun. And then it shows them go to their separate homes. One house, praying, eating at the table, laughing and watching TV as a family. Another house, this guy gets home, girl gets home, and she's taking care of a sick grandmother. And the grandmother is bedridden, wheelchair, whatever. And in another house, someone could be getting abused and you don't know this. And then you just rewind that and then see them walking home and you don't know what someone's going through. It's crazy. But yeah,
100%.
yeah.
This is why sometimes people ask me, like, why, like, they'll talk about somebody or say something about somebody with a bit of a judgmental, like, tone to it. And if I don't say anything, sometimes I feel like I have to say something to, like, just
Yeah.
be in the conversation, but I don't want to, because I think I learned that because I went through it myself. That's just like, I don't know what these people are going through. What did she do something wrong in my eyes? Yes. Could she have been, could she have done something else or been nicer or etc.?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I'm not gonna judge because maybe that was me one day. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows
Nobody
anything.
knows. Yeah. Wow. Okay. What would you tell your younger self about friends?
Um, think yourself about friends. I don't know what I answered this last time. I think I said they come and go, just like how we always say friends come and go. But no, I think I would say, to be honest, as someone in their 30s, let's
Mm.
just say 30s.
Yes.
We don't even give you an exact number. As someone in their 30s,
Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say the number. I'm like, you know what? As someone in their 30s, um,
Yeah.
I find it very hard to find true
Hold
friends.
on, hold on, hold on. Well, Poppy, she got me,
Not say
Poppy.
anything. I should just let it go.
Okay, go. Okay, someone in the 30s, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I find it very hard. No, you just now I'm like now my serious tone is just flown out the window. Um, what was I saying? Yeah.
Someone in their
So
30s.
it's hard to find like real friends.
Yeah,
I don't know like what this mystery is, but like sometimes you make friends when you're younger and they kind of stick for life, even if you know your lives go in completely different directions. Maybe one is in a different country, but it's somehow like when you see each other again, you just kind of like nothing happened. You kind of
yeah.
reunite,
Hmm.
and there's something there that doesn't really die
Yeah,
sometimes,
yeah.
and then you have the friends that you've completely lost contact with and you've outgrown each other.
Hmm.
um but for some reason, like it's so much easier to create new bonds and connections when you are in your teens and 20s. For some reason, I don't know, it's a mystery.
Yeah.
um I can say I do have a few friends that are like, my main girls that
Hmm.
I don't know how I found them in my 30s
Yeah,
and
yeah.
how it worked.
Hmm.
But I think it's really hard in general. So I would say, find your group. Don't settle for just like encounters and acquaintances that are just because sometimes people are like that. I honestly I don't get it. The people that have I see these people who go out with new people all the time, and
Yeah,
I'm just like, how many friends does this person have? Like,
yeah,
are these real friends? I highly doubt.
yeah,
So I've never been that person. I've always been the person that looks for the friends that I want. Like I want them to be close. I don't want to. I don't like the small talk.
yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's important to have like just a foundation,
Hmm.
and that's the only important thing.
Hmm. Okay.
Everything, everybody else is just, it's just, like a little conversation, small talk. Maybe you go out, see them somewhere, have a little conversation with them, but like find a foundation because those people are going to support you.
Yeah, so true. This last one though is interesting. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna watch our old podcast and see how you answered this.
Oh God.
And if I like it, I'm gonna just put them together to see the contrast. But I want to see what you say on this last one. What would you tell your younger self about love?
Uh, what I tell my younger self about love. I think this one through. This one is like there's like thousands of tabs in my head at the moment. Um, I know what I answered, by the way, last time. I remember it. Now it clicked in my head. I remember it. Um, I would second what I said. I
Mm.
won't repeat it. I'll let you go back and check it
Okay.
yourself.
Yeah.
But I'll add to it. I think the for me, at least right now, the biggest lesson that I've learned in the past few years, don't be so naive. um, don't allow the fact that you are a really good person or you see somebody, you look at them and you're like, I want to give this person a chance. You ignore their red flags and you're all for their green flags. I've always been this type of person that is like, oh look, he has all of these good things about him. Let me focus on that. I don't want
Mm.
to be negative. And then you end up discovering that the negatives are actually everything.
Yeah.
I've always been that person that gives somebody the benefit of the doubt, and I give them second chances, and I don't give up easily on a relationship if I actually like the person, and I'm like, or if I love them. Um, so I think the biggest lesson for me was, you know, don't be fooled by someone trying to be really nice to you, or love bombing you and all of this, because for me personally, it's like I've gone to a place in my life where it's really hard for me to just trust someone's kindness.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm not going to say that that is like that's, oh, don't trust anybody. Like that's not what I would tell my younger
Yeah.
self, but I would say be more cautious. Like
Mhm.
allow yourself, give yourself time not to jump into things that look pretty from the outside, but maybe are not on the inside.
Mhm.
I think a lot of women can probably relate
Mhm.
to this lesson. But yeah, I think the older I get, and just the more the more, if you want, experiences that I've been through that have just not been great. Yeah, I wish I was stronger. Like be strong. Don't just accept so many things that you wouldn't really like, deep down you are not accepting them, but you're just like, it's okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's like the worst thing you can do for yourself. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. It's hard, though. It's hard. Oh my gosh.
It's
It's
hard.
hard.
Honestly, dating nowadays is it's something else. Honestly,
Yeah.
something else. The world has
The
changed.
world has changed. I'm kind of glad I grew up like when I did. Born in the 1970s, didn't have social media.
I swear.
'Cause now,
I
it's
wish I
crazy.
could go back to that time, even though I
Yeah.
wasn't born. But I wish,
Yeah. Yeah.
like I'm not. You know what I did? I say this to my sister all the time. I'm like, listen, the people who got married in their 20s, okay, these people in that time, that was like the last batch of like good dating, if you want, like good dating, if you want. I don't even know what the word is. Like just good dating, period.
Yeah.
Like you'll still find people who are a catch.
Yeah.
Now it's like I don't even have a word for it. Like I don't want to generalize. I don't want to be that person that just be like, like I'm looking through trash. No, I'm not gonna say that. But
Mhm.
like you just have so many changes, whether it's women, men, how they act. Women have become men, men have become women.
Mhm.
There's like so many expectations. There's so much of the, oh, okay, she said this, I didn't like it. I'm just gonna talk to the next girl I find. Like it's just become too much. And like for me, I'm a hopeless romantic. Like I have that, like I want the fairy tale kind of thing,
Yeah.
and if I can't have it, I really like. I even have a poem about this in my book. I'm just like, if I can't have that fairy tale,
Mhm.
I don't know that I want anything.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard out there.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Wait, so this is the perfect time now. The last thing I want to discuss is your book.
Mhm.
So I went on Amazon. I'm gonna get it, by the way. I'm gonna get it now. I went on Amazon and I saw it, and I saw it says you're being transferred to the States because I'm from Canada, right? So
Okay.
I forgot how you order now. Like there's something I have to do. Anyway,
Your Amazon should be Canada.
no, but
CA.
when I logged on, when I clicked the link in your thing, it sent me to
Oh, okay,
the
okay, okay.
Amazon in
Because
the
I have
States.
it on US. Okay, okay.
Yeah, so I gotta figure out how to get it again. Fuck, so complicated.
Okay.
Anyway, I want to know about your book now. First of all, I'm trying to remember if you started writing it when we had the podcast 3 years ago, or you had the idea, the concept. So I first
Yeah.
want to know about that. Like, when did you start writing it? Did you have any challenges during the writing process? And when you finally completed it, how did that feel?
hmm so the last time I was on the podcast with you, I told you that it's gonna, like, I have a book in mind that's gonna come out. I actually was talking about. Do you remember I told you that it's a book about women, more for women? Do you remember this? And then what did? I didn't publish that one, and I'm like, you know what? Before I do that,
Mhm.
which, by the way, that book is also already done, but I haven't published it yet. So it
Okay.
should hopefully maybe a few months. So I'm looking forward to that as well. But I was like, you know what? I love this book, the second one,
Mhm.
but I'm like, there has to be a first one that is literally just like my heart in the book
Okay.
before I get into something else.
Mhm.
So I put a pause on that book that I had mentioned,
Mhm.
and then I started with Breathing in Broken Spaces.
Okay.
But Breathing in Broken Spaces, like I actually wrote Breathing in Broken Spaces very quickly because it was like, okay, let me go back, see the poems that I cherish with all my heart, like the ones that really, really express who Belinda is. And
Mhm.
then I'm like, okay, let's put those and then everything else that I've been through in the past few years. And then honestly, I felt like God was just like, this is what you're supposed to do right now. I
Wow.
finished it so quickly. I don't know how. I
Mhm.
really don't know how. I just was, it was like writing and writing and writing, editing, writing. And I'm just like, how did this happen so quickly? You know?
Mhm. Yeah.
And I think because I was so excited, I'm like, I don't even care for the preparations. I was just like, I'm slapping this, you know, like I'm
Yeah.
just putting this out there. Um, so I'll say it was difficult in some places where I was like, is this okay? Like, is this perfect enough? Did I do any mistakes? This is my first time
Yeah.
basically self-publishing, you know?
Mhm.
So I was nervous. When it first went out, like when Amazon first had accepted it and it told me like it is now like available.
Yeah.
I was feeling all sorts of things. I was excited, I was scared, I was nervous. I was like, shit, I just put my heart out there. Like,
Yeah.
what if people don't like it? What if I get bad reviews on it? So, you know, you go through that whole thing. And then you even like when I got my first bad review, I was like, what the hell is this? I was like, are
Oh.
you serious? Like, don't you see that this is that and this is that? And I'm just like, you know what? Not everyone is gonna
I
like the book,
I
and
know.
that's okay, you know.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone, anyways.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not. But yeah, no, there was all sorts of emotions. But I could say that I really, really felt like it was something that, like the energy and the drive that I felt,
Mhm.
I was just like, where is this coming from? I had to put it out there. And then the second book I also wrote pretty quickly. Although like I can say I've written it maybe like 6 months ago, but I've just kind of been waiting to release it. I was like, let me give some space between the two.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what came over me. I swear to
Wow.
God. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
I want to know how you came up with the name. I can see in my head and try and explain it, but I'm gonna get you to explain it because I feel like I know when I see breathing in broken spaces, but I want you to explain
Yeah.
how you determine how to call the book then.
The title was actually the last thing that I chose. But at the same time, this is what happened. It's like I had a bunch of these poems I had written, and I'm like, okay, how am I going to organize this? I don't want to release a book that's just random poem, like not random poems, but I don't want them jumbled. Like I
Yeah.
want them in sections. Like I want it to be an experience from the beginning to the end. Um, and then I don't know, like as I was reading them over, I'm just like, you know what? This is like there are parts or poems that are very like the heartbreak and the love and the missing and all of this. And then there was like dark trauma, you know.
Yeah.
And then there were some poems that were the healing part. So I'm like,
Mm.
okay, let's do this. Since it feels like it's pieces, you know. Um, I wanted to put it in those three pieces. Like it's a journey from loving in broken spaces to trauma in broken spaces to self-reflecting in broken spaces. So I don't even remember exactly when it came to me,
Mhm.
but I was just like when the thought came into my head, I was just like, that's it. Like I didn't have too many like, oh, should I go with this? No. I was just like when I thought of it, I was like, this is it. Like
This
I'm
is
not
it.
gonna even, you
Yeah.
know, I'm not gonna even ask anybody. I was like,
Yeah.
this is it. Yeah. I just felt like it worked for it worked for it hit a spot, you know, like
Mhm.
breathing in broken spaces literally describes what I felt for so many years now. Like
Mhm.
literally, I'm still breathing, I'm still surviving, I'm still functioning, but in broken spaces.
Yeah.
And whether it's love life, work life, family life, it's broken space, you know? So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Nice. Thanks for explaining that. This is beautiful. This is what I wanted to know because now, again, I'm going to get it. And now you gave me a little explanation about it. And now it's going to make sense when I read it. Where can people find it? Because is it only on Amazon or can they get it somewhere else? Let people know where they can find it and where they can find you.
So you can find me on Instagram, bell.d.poet. I've been there for a while, actually. I don't know how many years it's been.
Mhm.
As for Breathing in Broken Spaces, it's on Amazon right now. It is expanded distribution, so I don't know if maybe bookstores have like I know that it's on some sites like Barnes and Nobles, for example, they have it on their website, but you never really know what bookstore actually has bought it, and so I don't really know. But
Mhm.
it is available paperback, it's available ebook and audiobook. The audiobook was so much fun to do, honestly.
Oh,
I
wow.
really enjoyed that. Yeah. Um, so yeah, the
Mhm.
best place to find it, of course, is Amazon. But I
Amazon.
mean, I really don't. You put out a book and you really don't know where it is. Like I actually don't know where
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can find it at this point.
Wait, did
Yeah.
you have a book release? Like, did you have a book signing? Did you do anything like that?
No, I didn't
Oh,
because the thing is that because I did it on Amazon, I felt like doing that in the UAE, it wasn't proportional to what was happening. Like
okay.
if you're self-publishing on Amazon,
Hmm.
you don't even know where it is, what bookstore it's in. And if it's gonna be in a bookstore, it's not gonna be in the UAE,
Hmm.
because that's a
Yeah.
whole different contract. So I
Okay.
was like, there's really no point.
Hmm.
Maybe in the near future, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
If it were to happen, it would be where you actually published it. So because it's Amazon, it's basically published in the US. So
Yeah.
nobody's
Okay.
gonna want to open their doors for me in the UAE
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
to talk about my book. But like I wonder, it's not easy getting your book out there. By the way, it's really difficult when you're doing it on your own.
Hmm.
But honestly, a part of me was just like, I was just happy that I put it out. Whatever happens after that happens.
Hmm.
Um, and then I'm just like, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But even if it doesn't, um, flow, if you want, the way I want it to, I'm just like, I'm just happy I did it. Like I put something out in the world that anyone can read. But yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. I even thought about like waiting for a publisher to pick it up, but I'm
Hmm.
like that might take years. Like I've heard so many stories of people who wait, and I'm like, no, I want to release it now.
Put it.
Like that's
Yeah.
it. It's fine. Like
Yeah. That's
I will do
good.
it myself, and God willing, it will spread.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
Belinda, that's an accomplishment, and you did it on your own terms, man. That was nice. That's good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Thank you.
I want to know if you have any advice. If you don't, it's okay. To any young poets, I mean, like a 10-year-old who's like, oh, I like this. They're in English class. I like this. I don't know if they still read Shakespeare. We have to read Shakespeare, and they're reading
I don't
this.
think they do. I
They
highly
don't.
doubt that they
You know what I was thinking the other day? We used to say, oh my God, why didn't they teach us real English? And they make us take Shakespeare. Now I appreciate reading Othello
yeah.
and Macbeth. Like I appreciate it now when I'm older. But let me know if you have any advice for like a young poet that wants to get into us and they start writing.
I honestly definitely have advice because as someone who started writing when I was younger than 10, actually, I don't know when my first poem ever existed, but it was definitely younger than 10. Um, you don't know what to expect. You're just writing, but that little tiny, just that little thought of like, let me take a pen and paper and write something down got me all the way here. So for me, it's whether it's for your own comfort, whether it's for like you expressing your emotions and just kind of allowing yourself to if you want like blow off steam in that way, that's up to you. But if you are someone who actually likes to write and it's I won't even say if you're even talented, I would say if you like to write, just
Mhm,
keep doing it.
mhm,
Because one, your thoughts, your feelings, your life is an experience, and you are, as you go along, you are going to change, and your writing is going to change, and you are going to write I won't even say better. You are going to write what you feel, and that growing up, like one step at a time, like that is what makes a poet grow, in my opinion. It's not about, getting the technique right or no, it's about the more you feel, the more deeply you feel, the more you are going to get to a place where you're just going to read it and you'll be like, okay, that's good. So I would say for anyone who likes to write or feels like they want to express feelings on paper, my advice is just keep going. Some of my old poetry, like if I go back to them and I read them,
Mhm.
some of them I actually want to laugh out loud because I'm just like, oh my God. Like first, like just, oh, how innocent. Like, you know what I mean? Like what were you thinking writing that? And
Yeah.
then it's like it's just so honest and vulnerable and it's like it's kind of sad,
Yeah.
But then some of them I'm like, this is good for a
Mhm.
9-year old, you know what I mean? So and it makes me like, even if I hadn't gotten here, even if I didn't open a poetry account, even if I didn't write a book, I still would have loved to come across that book and just be like, I wrote these. Like you're
Yeah.
kind of going back in time of like feeling how you felt at the time that you wrote that and what you
Mhm.
were going through. And it's kind of like journaling, but you're not journaling, you're just, it's just emotions, it's raw emotions on paper,
Yeah.
or just like an idea that you came up with. So I think there's nothing to lose, if you
Yes.
like something, like I said before, if you enjoy something, it's probably going to be the thing that you should stick to as a career. So
Mhm.
yes, writing, being a writer is difficult. Being a poet is even more difficult
Yeah.
because it's just, yeah, a lot of people don't like poetry. A lot of people like, even like, okay, I have a book. Do you want to read it? I'm not really into poetry. And I'm just like, how? And like for me,
Yeah.
it's how, but other
Yeah.
people, yeah. So, but still, like I said, I love doing it. I love writing.
Mhm.
I love the fact that I published a book. So it's like, I don't care who likes it or who doesn't like it.
Yeah.
It's for me, it's an achievement, and it's just like I look at it and I know that maybe years from now I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna be like, "Wow, that's what I was feeling at that time." You know what? It's a beautiful
Exactly.
thing.
Yes.
I'm sure you
Amazing.
feel that way with
Of course.
your old poetry.
Yes. Because I think I got it in a book. There was a contest. I got it in two books. And I don't know, a couple of years ago, I looked at it and it's like, wow, that's me there. That's that I wrote from this. And I'm like, it feels good. It feels good. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Like honestly, I think I've started to appreciate like finding things from the past.
Mhm.
You just like you start to be grateful.
Yes, that's the word.
Just find like little things, just like it just feels like a different world sometimes, and it's a nice feeling. It's something. It's a feeling that can't really be replaced with anything when you
Yeah.
find something that you haven't seen for like ages.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Amazing. Belinda, I'm glad you came back on the podcast. So I got to get a
Honestly,
little
it's
update.
been an amazing time. It's been an amazing time,
Yes.
as usual.
As usual. Okay, the last thing we do is the donations, of course. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna find who I'm donating to today. It's Juku Sports, it's Claws, Kawartha Lakes Animal Wellness Society, it's Liam's Mission, and it's the Fundraiser Warriors. By my
Okay.
hands, tell me which one you want me to pop. One, two, three, or four.
Let's do 4.
Let's do four. Episode 118 with Belinda. We're gonna see who are donating to. Oh, look at that! I can't. When I show it, it doesn't. The Fundraiser Warriors.
Okay.
Let's
You seem
see.
very happy about it. I'm
Oh,
glad.
you're an
I'm glad.
amazing guest. I'm gonna have to have you on 3 years after, 3 years later. See you in 2030, Belinda.
Sure.
All right. This is Real Talk with Star Scorpio, and we out.